city's greatest time of need, we all came together and got the job done.
Not a single New Orleans firefighter deserted the city of New Orleans when Hurricane Katrina hit.
They rescued thousands, put out countless fires, and helped rebuild the city. But for one New Orleans firefighter, his actions in the hours after the storm have helped the city secure billions more in recovery dollars.
Anchor Randy Russo has his story and what he did that has his fellow firefighters calling him the billion-dollar man.
It was kind of a surreal experience, something that I don't think anything could ever prepare, someone to go through and see.
Gabe King was a rookie with the New Orleans Fire Department as Hurricane Katrina roared through the Crescent City. Stationed in Lake Marina Towers high above Lakeview, he hunkered down as the storm came and went. But it's what he soon saw that would stick with him forever.
One of the guys came from downstairs and said, hey, the water's coming up like really fast.
King picked up a pair of binoculars and began scanning the 17th Street Canal levee when he says he saw the unthinkable.
And you can also see the water pouring through the missing wall.
I could see that the water was actually coming through the levee. So I said, oh, Captain, I think the levee broke over here.
I looked over, said, man, I think you're right. I saw water pouring through. It looked like it was a few feet wide, and I immediately radioed it in. I said it appears that the levees broke.
I knew it was gospel. I told the mayor's office, and I knew there was nothing we could do. With that amount of water coming into the city through a breach of that magnitude, it was going to be very difficult to stop it. So we started making preparations to actually move the fire department across the river and also move as many people as possible.
But not before King and his company sprang into action, grabbing boats and rescuing as many people as they could.
There were people on porches in about waist-deep water, and there were people hanging out of scuttles in their attics that they had broken out that we got down.
And at this time, was the water still flowing, like out of this canal?
Oh, yes.
Was the water still coming through?
Very rapid and strong.
Even after the water subsided, King's actions and what he saw that day continues to have an impact on the Crescent City. It's even landed him the nickname, the billion-dollar man among firefighters.
Several months into 2006, the Corps of Engineers was still saying that the levee overtopped. And they didn't know. As far as they knew, there were no eyewitnesses, and the forensic evidence led them to believe that it had overtopped.
We didn't see a huge hole?
When we first saw it, it was like about a 4 to 6 foot breach. And then later on in the day, it just collapsed to like 200 feet. Just the whole levee just collapsed. And that was that same afternoon. That was about, I would say, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
But because of King's eyewitness account that the levee actually breached and the testimony and video from his fellow firefighters to Congress, the city got billions more in recovery dollars.
If not for him seeing that or us being over there, we might not have got a lot of funding.
I was just glad I put my contacts in that morning.
King is humbled by the accolades. He says he was in the right place at the right time and is just happy that he could respond in the city's greatest time of need.
It makes me feel good to know that we were actually there to witness it, but I feel that any fireman would have done the same thing.
On your side, I'm Randy Russo, WDSU News.
Over the course of 2005 and 2006, roughly $120 billion was appropriated to the region, and a good chunk of that came after it was determined the levee had breached and not broken.